All
Got it.
right. All right. Welcome. Happy holidays, everyone. This is we're sort of breaking from format. It's going to be a shorter episode, not even a real episode. That's why but I am, as always, coming from my undisclosed location in Astoria, Queens. And with me today is,
Father Brownstout, coming from an undisclosed location near downtown Oakwood, Ohio.
and we are actually recording this on Christmas Day of 2022. How's your Christmas going so far, Dad?
Very quiet. I'm trying to stay warm. I
Yes. Have you actually left your house?
I went out to walk I'm walking the dog next door all week at 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
that gives you motivation.
I was out at 8 o'clock this morning, and that was enough for the day.
Of course, of course. You get any interesting Christmas presents?
Well, aside from my 12 beers of Christmas.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, that's kind of what I was cueing you on there.
well, okay. Yes, indeed. I got 12 beers of Christmas
I
from
mean, if you got
Brewvana.
other presents that you like, you can talk about those too. But I think that's kind of what we're here for here. The Brewvana's 12 beers of Christmas. This is not sponsored by Brewvana, even though if you're looking at these pictures, I am wearing the Brewvana hat. And also to be festive, I wear the Beervengers t-shirt and also this fancy robe that last time I wore it, someone said it looked a little like Ebenezer Scrooge. So I figure, Christmas Day version of Ebenezer Scrooge that would work. Um, yeah. So if any of you, I think we've talked about this before. This is not an officially sponsored. It's not officially sponsored by Brewvana, but Brewvana is a friend of the show. Many of the Beervengers work for a subsidiary that is also related to Brewvana, so it's all tied in together. But what they do is they send out a box of beer, and you open a beer every day, the 12 days starting from December 25th through January 5th. And they have a live stream every day, but they don't do one on December 25th. So we decided to do one for ourselves.
Here we are.
I'm gonna try and show my box here, a picture of it, but you notice it's kind of being disappeared by my green screen, especially today because they don't have a one on that slot there. They just have a Christmas tree. So without further ado, let's open that up and pull out the first beer of Christmas. All right, and I'm gonna put this box down, get this out of my way. Okay, and it looks like we have a Drowned Lands Vienna Lager, 5.2% ABV. So
Nice.
let's just get this out of the way and pour these beers. Do it at the same time. None of usual formalities, because it's here we are. Have you
Okay.
ever had any beer from Drowned Lands before, Dad?
I don't recall. I don't believe so.
Yeah,
You-
it's one of those kind of places. It's in a place called Warwick, New York. Uh, or if you were in England, you would call it Warwick, but it's in New York, so they probably call it Warwick.
Then the Catskills.
Uh, that's a good question. I was just looking this up. Apparently, it's about 55 miles north of New York City. So if not near the Catskills, probably Catskills adjacent. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
It's far enough away from New York City that a lot of people in New York City would call it upstate, and then people who actually live in upstate would make fun of them for calling it upstate.
Of course, of course.
Uh, we've actually had a couple of beers from them. I was looking this up on the show before, on episode 48, I believe it was. I had not the same beer, but had one that was I don't remember the name of it. And then on episode 50, we had Dan from the Pony Bar on, and he brought something from Drowned Lands. But this is the first time that Vienna Lager has been here. Again, we generally always plan to do a different beer on every show, but this is its own unique situation because we don't know what the beers are going to be before we open them up, and that's part of the fun.
Right.
How do you like this beer?
Nice, nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's not especially heavy bodied. I was we don't the lagers are such a big category. Sometimes people would just say lager or ale. But I was reading up Vienna is actually it's in the category of amber lagers.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
And being like on the SRM chart. Have I told you about the SRM chart before?
I've got the beer tasting wheel.
Oh, there you go. Yes, that will help us as well. Very nice. I think the stuff that came from you better than I did. I know there's supposed to be my whole thing was stuck together and I couldn't read half of it.
Oh, okay.
That little booklet. So hopefully I'll be able to figure out where to go for the other 11 days of Christmas. But yeah, what I was reading was, well, the SRM is basically how dark a beer is. So the higher the SRM chart is, the darker the beer is. And so like, your Imperial Stouts will be anywhere between like 60 and 80. This is a little bit lower. And, but this is categorized as an amber lager. And so like say an Oktoberfest or a Marzen is also an amber lager, but this is lighter than that.
Lighter than the Marzen. Okay.
Right. So if you're looking on the SRM Pilsner scale, you would have, say, and there's a lot more in this, but like you'd have your or SRM, if your Pilsner would be the lowest SRM number. And then the Vienna Lager would be next. And Marzen would be after that. And then say your Schwarzbier would be much, much higher up because it's very dark. That's a black lager.
Yeah. Yeah.
So aside from walking the dog, have you managed to stay inside the whole rest of the day?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
How cold?
How cold has it been in Ohio?
Well, Friday was the extreme. The high was 0 degrees.
Okay.
The low was -9, which was an all-time record for that day.
Wow.
Yesterday, maybe 10. Today, maybe 15.
All right. I think we actually may have got up into the 20s at some point today.
And I have snow between my front door and my storm door.
Oh, okay. No snow here. It snowed a little bit right before it got to like sub-zero.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we have snow on the ground that fell and it not beautiful drifts.
Oh yeah.
Because we had a whole lot of wind along with the cold weather. So
yeah.
It just couldn't get up any enthusiasm for going back out today after the dog walk in the morning.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yesterday, I tried to go into work because the word hadn't got to me that the place was closed.
Oh yeah.
So I went out in 15-degree weather, perfectly prepared, not happy about working in it. Actually, I think it was supposed to be 15, but it was actually 8 when I left the house.
Okay.
So cold that even though I had like thick mittens on while I was in the subway and my fingertips were returning to normal temperature, I was able to just feel them. I was actually getting back to normal, hurt a little bit. Mm-hmm. There was some point between them going from freezing to normal that there was pain involved. Mm-hmm. So I was annoyed that no one had let me know that we were closed, but I was very relieved that we were closed.
Yeah. So you actually got to the dock or to the
I got all the way to Bowling Green. I got there in time. I wanted to make sure I was on the first boat going to Liberty Island, because if I missed it, then I'd be waiting in the cold while the dog inspected the boat, and I didn't want to deal with that.
Right.
But sure enough, it was strange. I was able to figure it out by the fact that Facebook was on there. It was on their face. It wasn't on their hotline. We're all told to call to find out if they're closed, but it was right there on the Statue of Liberty Facebook page. So I'm like, okay, they're not open. This is not a late opening. We're definitely closed for the day. I guess I'm going home.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. As I'm trying to do this, I think we may have another special guest here. Let me see what we got. Who's this?
Belgian Babe.
Belgian Babe is here? Hey.
She's trying to be. Oh, here I am. Yes,
hey,
here
Belgian
I am.
Babe.
Hi.
Hello. Greetings. Merry Christmas.
All the way from downtown Massachusetts?
You got it. How are you?
Okay.
Good. How's your Christmas been?
Very quiet, very cold.
Yes. Good. Excellent. I'm not having a brew this evening. My brother bought, well, out here some Redemption rye. So I'm having a little rye and ginger.
Oh, that's
this
nice.
evening. So yeah. Very good. Very good. This is actually my first Zoom call on this Chromebook. So I'm sort of getting used to the, okay, now I want this view and that volume and this button and all that good stuff. So,
do you want to know what our first beer of Christmas is?
I would love it.
It is a Drownlands Vienna Lager.
Very nice. Oh, you've opened the.
Of course we have. Yeah, we've been doing this for a few minutes. I had a message I was trying to bring through, but it doesn't seem to be working properly. I may try it again.
Oh,
But they did come with these little cards here that I've got stuck in the beer Bible right in the Vienna Lager section.
Yep.
This is it's called Lay's Vienna style lager, so Leys. So it's neither
like the
the Hawaiian
potato chip.
necklace or like the potato chip.
Nor
It's
the
a
potato
combination
chip,
of the two. Yeah.
Got it.
Brewed with
Got
100% premium German Vienna malt and Drownlands Brewery House Lager yeast. True to style with balanced notes of roasted malt, bread, and caramel. Father Brownstout, would you say that seems accurate?
I would say that describes it. Yes.
Yeah. And Drownlands is their brewery about 55 miles north of New York City. It's a working farm brewery, connects the terroir and local water profile to its brews to create sustainable and wholly unique drinks. We get one of these little cards with each beer that we open up on.
Wow. Oh, that's great. And is this a good one to start with on the first day of Christmas?
I mean, I would say so. As you know, the Brownstouts like it a little bit darker. And this is as far as we were just talking about how amber lagers, this is fairly lighter on the scale of amber lagers. Mm-hmm. It's sort of like amber lagers are first, and then the darker ones are the Marzens. Those are also, they're considered to be the same thing.
I was so surprised to get, of course, with your green screen, it's coming out a little clear on your screen.
Oh, it is.
But I was surprised when you said the caramel, because it doesn't have as deep a color as I would expect with the caramel in it. So
yeah, the caramel, from what I was reading, is unique to American style Vienna lagers. Any guesses? I was surprised to read that there's a very popular, but still basically considered microbrew, even though they're bigger among microbrews. So some people might argue about that. That is considered basically a Vienna lager. Any ideas of what popular American kind of craft beer is a Vienna lager?
Sam Adams?
That's exactly right. Yeah, Sam Adams Boston Lager is considered to be a Vienna lager style.
All right.
Good to know. I'm more informed now. That's cool.
Like I said, there's a whole section in here about the amber lagers. So
Well, it's funny you mentioned Sam Adams, because we've been holding some beers in the refrigerator here to do a flight with my mom, who unfortunately has been gifted a stomach bug by Santa overnight. But if and when she's better, 3 of those happen to be Sam Adams. So we have a winter lager here.
Yeah.
And we have the enjoyable holiday white ale, which I believe I've had before. And then this one I may have also had, but I'm especially excited about it. It's the Old Fezziwig rich and spiced ale. So we're going to do that. And then the 4th of our flight, my brother brought from Kearney, it's pronounced Kearney, Nebraska, from Thunderhead. It's the Farmageddon spiced pumpkin ale.
Oh,
I have not had this, but he has, and he knows me, and he's quite sure I'll enjoy it, and I have no doubt. So we're going to do our little flight of 4 at some point during the visit here. So yeah, he enjoys the Thunderhead Brewing Company very much. So.
I think one of those beers that I recently got from the Tabor box had some of the had something Ageddon as well, and also had a pumpkin thing to it.
Well, you definitely would have enjoyed, both of you, the Thunderhead we had the other night, because it was a peat smoked porter.
Oh wow!
And that was really good. So
all right, I think I might actually get our. Oh wait a minute! I think we have a special message from some of our friends. Let's see if we can listen to that.
All right.
Hello, Beervengers Sphere. Coming to you from an undisclosed location in the County of Kings, it is I, the Beer Wonder.
And Tripel. Always a Tripel.
And we are just calling in to say hello to all of our Beervengers near and far, as we are spending the holiday together. We've gone on a couple adventures. We've seen some shows.
We've seen a lot of things. We've been to museums.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
We've been to Christmas shows.
Yep, we got together and had a Jewish Christmas with some corned beef.
And we had some Italian Christmas, and we're looking forward to another Italian Christmas actually tomorrow.
Yeah, it's the season that just keeps on giving, right?
It does. It does. It never stops.
Yeah, but of course, we are reporting in to Beervengers near and far about the beer of the holiday for us, and we decided to get a little nostalgic for this one, didn't we?
We did. We went to a place where we could have had almost any kind of beer you want, and we happened to see a pink elephant.
Oh yeah.
And immediately thought of delirium, and so we're gonna crack open a delirium nocturnum.
Yeah. Now, for those of you who heard about our Beervengers Take Europe adventure, this was one of the stops that we went to on that trip. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the highlights.
Yeah.
Certainly one of the highlights of a beer tour that I've ever had.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, didn't they crack this one open for us?
They cracked this one along with 10 others
I know,
that day. So, we had our pick, but this was one that we decided we'd give a shot to today.
Yeah, exactly. Bring a little bit back. So do you want to crack it open?
I'll crack it open and tell you how it pours.
Okay. Beautiful. You can tell it. I'm imagining the robots stuffing this stuff
Exactly.
that we saw on the whole way.
And here it goes into a glass.
Yeah, it's got a nice.
What would you say?
It's almost like a caramel color.
Caramel color.
Good head.
Good head.
Mm-hmm.
And
it looks pretty. Yeah. Does it?
It's got the caramel smell.
Yeah. Does it bring you back to Belgium?
Yeah, close.
Yeah.
Very close.
Yes, I think there might actually be some nutmeg in here.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to take a sip.
All right.
It's very good. It's sweet. And then at the end, you get a little bit of bitterness. The caramel is there all the way through. You want to try a sip?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It is a heavier beer. I mean, it's an 8.5%er, but definitely a good holiday-feeling beer across the board, I think. I feel like they should put a little, like, Santa hat on the elephant. Although I remember they had like a Yule Ale, a Christmas beer, but this is a good substitute for that.
Oh, yes. And I didn't see any Yules when we were there. But you're right. This has got some alcohol in it.
Yes. Well, we'll definitely be feeling good as we head off to our Chinese food this evening. But we did want to just send a little extra love out to the Beervenger sphere. Hope you've all had a wonderful holiday and
enjoy whatever you're pouring.
Exactly. Back to you, Captain. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, so there we have it. Interesting. They use the term Yule, but I think what they really were talking about was the Noel. Does that sound right? The Delirium, they had a Noel beer.
Yeah, I know they did that. I'm not sure what the Yule is, but.
Well, I think they meant the Noel.
I see what they're saying. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Wasn't that the name of the? Wasn't that what it was, Dad?
Oh, that doesn't ring anything. Oh, yeah, Yule, Yule.
But I honestly, I think it was Noel. Noel.
Yeah, I've seen the Delirium Noel before. I think
that's what they meant.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Well, that was fun.
It was, yeah.
Great.
I almost postponed this because I had a roast beast going. And it was taking a while to make it up to 120 degrees. I managed to get there about 15 minutes before we started this. I mean, okay, this is the perfect time for me to let it sit on my stove for a while and cool down a little bit. So
very good.
But that was the most Christmassy thing I did all day today. Belgian Babe, how are we already talked a little bit to Father Brownstout about what's going on. He's only left the house once today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had to walk the neighbor's dog.
Yeah.
Nice.
Have you left the confines of your house at all today?
I have, because we ended up doing sort of a Meals on Wheels event. My cousin and her husband were supposed to come here. Our meal of choice was some marinated pork loins that were garlic and something else, and they were amazing. But we brought the Meals on Wheels HelloFresh Blue Apron type version to them, because we brought them an uncooked pork loin and some potatoes and squash and the things we were going to have here, traded it for part of a pumpkin pie and a key lime pie that they were going to bring here. So we did sort of the food trade-off, hit the drugstore to get some things for my mom en route. And then after my brother and I cooked the lunch, and my father and brother and I ate it, we brought some of the leftovers down, or not leftovers, but yeah, to my aunt who lives down the street, who also was supposed to come here today. So we were sort of the mobile Christmas dinner party.
So the visiting was put off because of your mother's.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the season of giving and sharing, but not the stomach bug that she is currently, hopefully, moving through. But yeah. So, and we are very glad that it's sunny and bright and not like the storm that we had the other night, which knocked out the dishwasher here and some other things. So we're all taking turns on KP. Yeah.
Power, but you lost your dishwasher.
Yeah, we had a power surge. It was about 6:45 in the morning. My brother saw the lightning. We all heard a crack. Some neighbors lost their Keurig coffee pots aren't working. Some neighbors' furnaces were still out today. We have a sort of a room size, for the room humidifier and the dishwasher, and they seem to both be, and the electric blanket, which is very strange. So because the bedside lamp and alarm clock are working fine in the same power strip where the electric blanket has decided to no longer work. So
my kitchen sink froze up yesterday.
Yeah, we had this thin trickle of water going, so that we hoped that the pipes wouldn't.
I did not try that, and I didn't realize it's never happened before. But the pipes run up through the basement, through the laundry room, right next to the south wall, and exposed. So I'll have to wait till Wednesday when the temperature's supposed to go to 50.
Oh, jeez. Yep.
50 on Wednesday, you said? Or 15? 50 or 15?
50.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I haven't looked at that. So since I have to work later on in the week, I'm hoping we'll get some version of that.
Yeah, that would be really
so
nice.
Because the problem where I am is that, like, if it's going to be crowded regardless because of the week that it is, but if it's warm enough that some people can hang outside, it won't be as stifling, so to speak.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, I am going to head off. I'm not sure if I'm on medical duty or if they need a scullery made at the moment, but I'm going to go make myself available for that. But I did want to check in and say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And I hope this is the first of many wonderful 12 beers of Christmas.
All right. And enjoy. Did you ever flight already, or you're preparing for your flight?
We bought this the other day. My brother brought these in his suitcase and did very well by them with the Nebraska beers. But then we decided, we were at the liquor store, and strangely enough, in Massachusetts, liquor stores can sell it all. Spirits, wine, beer. So we got some single beers so we could make up a flight, because Mom said she would be into that, but we just haven't managed to get to it yet. So there's been lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, we are a republic of 50 states, and that applies to where you can buy beer and where you can get abortions. It's all in there together.
Okay, on that note, I'm out.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Bye. Take care, gentlemen. Bye.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much does it. We've got our beers. Hope everyone is having a good holiday, whether you're in New York, Ohio, Massachusetts, what have you. And thanks for listening to this. Any final words, Father Brownstout?
Only have a great 2023.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone.